Q9942-1. As an airplane climbs to higher altitudes, what happens to the calibrated airspeed in relation to true airspeed? A. It remains equal. B. It decreases. C. It increases. The correct answer is B. As an airplane climbs to higher altitudes, the calibrated airspeed decreases in relation to the true airspeed. This is because calibrated airspeed is a measure of the dynamic pressure sensed by the aircraft's airspeed indicator, which is based on the local air density. As altitude increases, the air density decreases, resulting in a lower calibrated airspeed reading for the same true airspeed. 8397. What is the relationship between induced and parasite drag when the gross weight is increased? A. Parasite drag increases more than induced drag. B. Induced drag increases more than parasite drag. C. Both parasite and induced drag are equally increased. The correct answer is B. When the gross weight of an aircraft is increased, the relationship between induced and parasite drag is such that induced drag increases more than parasite drag. 8397-1. How does an increase in an aircraft's weight affect its climb performance? A. The aircraft will climb at a lower angle of attack, which allows for a higher TAS and higher rate of climb. B. Both parasite and induced drag are increased, which will lower the reserve thrust available to climb. C. A higher aircraft weight requires that the aircraft is configured for climb earlier in the departure, which allows a greater climb gradient. The correct answer is B. Both parasite and induced drag are increased, which will lower the reserve thrust available to climb. When an aircraft's weight increases, both parasite drag, related to the aircraft's shape, surface area, and skin friction, and induced drag, related to the production of lift, increase as well. This increase in drag requires more thrust to maintain a given airspeed, reducing the reserve thrust available for climbing. As a result, the climb performance of the aircraft is affected negatively. 8368. What is the reason for variations in geometric pitch along a propeller or rotor blade? A. It permits a relatively constant angle of attack along its length when in cruising flight. B. It prevents the portion of the blade near the hub or root from stalling during cruising flight. C. It permits a relatively constant angle of incidence along its length when in cruising flight. The correct answer is A. When traveling at a steady speed, the propeller can maintain a reasonably consistent angle of attack along its length thanks to twisting or changes in the geometric pitch of the blades. 8375. What flight condition should be expected when an aircraft leaves ground effect? A. An increase in induced drag requiring a higher angle of attack. B. A decrease in parasite drag permitting a lower angle of attack. C. An increase in dynamic stability. The correct answer is A. When an aircraft is in ground effect, it experiences reduced induced drag due to the proximity of the ground, resulting in better lift-to-drag ratio. As the aircraft leaves ground effect and moves to a higher altitude, the reduced ground influence leads to an increase in induced drag. To maintain the necessary lift, the aircraft will need to increase its angle of attack.